Newcastle up against a full-strength Aston Villa side, the equation was simple. As long as they got a better result than Hull, they would be staying in the Premier League. Jonathan Pearce was at an edgy Villa Park.
Up goes Cuellar, led away by Shorey. There's Ashley Young. And Carew, Aston Villa's top scorer. Barry on the overlap. Will this be his last game for Aston Villa? The home side have started well, and a Bonlahor's header rippled the top of the net. Aston Villa have started confidently. Newcastle look shaky. He'd have scored. A man who scored 7 goals for Newcastle against Aston Villa watches on as the current number 9 blazes over. Aston Villa's season has lasted 309 days since they had to qualify for the UEFA Cup. This is Carew, deflected into the box off Edgar and comes towards Milner. That's off Damien Duff. This is Gardner, and that's a splendid piece of goalkeeping. He has Newcastle United tattooed on his very soul, the goalkeeper. He's their longest serving player. Could that be a save that keeps Newcastle in the top flight? There are still twists and turns to come today. The news coming in from the KC Stadium will cheer Newcastle United's fans, and they've heard it. Bare-chested bravado from one or two of them. Hull City are behind against Manchester United. If it stays like this, 0-0 here. Newcastle United will have been kept up by Alan Shearer. That's the first twist of the afternoon. Given away by Lovenkrands, who couldn't keep it in play. Back come Aston Villa. This is Milner with the cross. Colaccini got a slight glance on it as Barry came across the line of his sight and obscured his vision. This is Ashley Young. Oh, dangerous cross, and taken away from the goalkeeper by his own player, Nicky Butt. Lack of communication in there for Newcastle, but Butt managed to get it away in the end. Newcastle, as it stands, are out of the bottom three. Will this throw them back into it? It's a good header by Viduka, so important in that role as well. This is Barry. Oh, it's deflected on, it's in! And Newcastle United are back in the bottom three after a deflected goal beyond Steve Harper. No wonder he shakes his head. The fickle finger of football fortune wags against Newcastle. Barry's shot deflected in off duff. How cruel for Newcastle United. An own goal it must go down as. Petrov. Carew has stayed wide. He has deceptive pace for a big lumbering man, and it's in towards Agbonlahor, and that was so very nearly two. And curtains for Newcastle United. So very close. Flashed across the goal, and Championship football flashed across the faces of Newcastle players then. He scored 2 goals at home to Villa this season. He's had 2 big chances in the first half to save Newcastle United's Premier League status. They failed to take either, and Alan Shearer's side trails to a Damien Duff own goal from a Gareth Barry shot. 1-0 to Aston Villa. As you were at the start of play, West Brom, Middlesbrough and Newcastle heading down. Newcastle need a miracle, and he sent Michael Owen on to replace Kevin Nolan, and Newcastle United have 3 forwards on the field of play who've scored more than 500 goals between them at club level. This is Barry after the mistake by Butt to finish it off. Living dangerously, Newcastle United very nearly contributed to the ultimate downfall. And a groan. Milner to Agbonlahor. Taking on Enrique, who got back at him, but Agbonlahor was too good and too pacey. In comes a cross for Carew. Oh, a horrible miss. On the last day of the season, the man who scored Villa's goal of the season perhaps squanders their best chance of the season. It was a ghastly miss. All the work done by Agbonlahor, and he had to score from there, surely. What a let-off for Newcastle United. Villa have had the chances to put the game to bed and put Newcastle into the... Newcastle have seconds to save their season. If they can score, they'll be safe. Can they score? They cannot score. Newcastle United, despite the call for Alan Shearer, the hero of Tyneside to save them, have slipped out of the Premier League after 16 seasons. They are relegated after a 1-0 defeat at Aston Villa in the cruelest of ways. A deflected shot off a Newcastle player, Damien Duff, takes them down. Newcastle fans will pray that he stays on. Senior players will have to go. The wage bill will have to be reduced. But Newcastle United, when they read it in black and white tomorrow, will see the stark truth. They are relegated from the Premier League to the Championship. Villa 1, Newcastle United 0. The tears flow.